Hello friends, welcome back to LearningStrome Academy. So friends, if you haven't pressed the bell icon yet, so please press it so you can directly get our latest video directly. Okay. So friends, today the topic that we are going to discuss is double data type. So friend, what is double data type? Actually friend, as in the last video we discussed about floating point numbers and we discussed about the floating point data type. Okay, so friend, double data type actually is a bigger version of the floating point data type. Okay, it is also we can also use the double data type to represent our decimal values. Okay, but now we use the double data type to represent our value with more accuracy level. Okay, so friend, double data type actually is used to represent decimal point number with more accuracy level. Okay, if I want to represent my number in more accurate form, so I should use a double data type instead of floating point data type. Okay friends, actually friend, double data type takes 8 bytes to store the data. Okay, due to this our double data type covers the large numbers. Okay, it is able to represent very large number. Okay, so it's the range of the number it can represent very large. Okay, very wide. Okay friends, double data type actually use the concept of double precision. As I explained in the previous video, what is the meaning of precision? Okay friend, precision meaning is that number of digit after the decimal point. Okay friend, what is the meaning of double precision? Actually friend, float data type represent 6 to 7 digit after the decimal point, and double data type represent 15 to 16 digit after decimal point. So it is double in comparison to float. Okay, so that's why we use the concept single precision and double precision. In case of float, we say that float data use the concept of single precision. In case of double friend, we say that double data is use the double precision. It means that it represents the 2 times the value after the decimal point in comparison to float data type. Okay, so friend, that's why it is said that double data type use the concept of double precision. Okay friend, double data type also use the concept of IEEE 754 binary 64 point representation to store the floating point number. As I explained in the last video, Java want its program to more portable and independent to machine. Okay, that's why it needs a particular standard. Okay, so that's why IEEE defined a standard which is followed by floating point number to store. Okay, so friend, actually this is the format that in which our floating point number double data type save its number. Okay, here friend, our 64 bits are divided into 3 parts. One is signed, one is another exponent, third is mantissa. Sign bit again friend, here is taking only 1 bit, but here exponent is taking again 11 bit friend. Okay, and the mantissa is taking rest of the bit, that is 52 bits. Okay, so friend, let's see its applications. So friends, see here friends, so friend, if first of all, if I'm going to sign any decimal number directly to our compile program, so in that case, okay, here I forgot to use semicolon, that's why. Okay friends, see, if I'm going to assign any decimal number, okay, my compiler simply treat it as a double number. Okay, so friend, remember it, whenever we are it from here, it one point is clear that our Java compiler take a decimal number by default as a double number. Okay, see friend, I'm assigning a decimal number and my compiler is simply assigning this value to double data. It means that this value is compatible to this data type. It means that my compiler is treating this decimal point number as a double number. Okay, if I'm going to assign this value again same to my floating point number, in that case I'm going to get an error. What kind of error I'm going to get, friend? An error that we incompatible types, we cannot convert double to float. It means that my compiler again treat it as a double number. Okay, so it means that we can represent a second point that I was trying to clear with you all, that we can represent our double number I'm compiling it and it is not throwing an error. So why, friend? Why it is not throwing an error? Just because, friend, whenever we are assigning a decimal number in the form of octal, then, friend, my compiler is not going to treat it as an octal. My compiler is simply going to treat it as a decimal number. See, friend, when I'm going to try to print it, my compiler is not going to give me its going to convert this octal value first to decimal value and then going to give me a value. Okay, my compiler is going to simply print this value. It's mean that see, let's okay, because it doesn't accept hexadecimal or octal format of decimal point number. Okay, so, friend, we are going to get an compiled error that malformed floating point liter. So, friend, also note this third point. Okay, fourth point, that we cannot assign hexadecimal number or octal number. Okay, we cannot assign decimal number in the form of hexadecimal or octal number. Okay, so, friend, note this point. Okay, so, friend, let's see one more thing that I would like to clear with you all. Here here, friend, it is an hexadecimal number and I'm going to assign this to a decimal number. So what do you think it is going to throw an error or not? Here, when I was trying to assign a hexadecimal number to double, in that case we got an error malform. Again, I'm going to assign a hexadecimal number to double. So what do you think, we are going to get an error or not? Let's see hexadecimal value. See, we are getting a decimal value corresponding to this hexadecimal value. Okay, so, friend, this is a mystery. Okay, if I'm going to assign any octal value, okay, again we are going our program is going, we are getting a definite valid value for it. Okay, so, friend, see, we are getting a integer number too large. Why, friend? Why we got this error? Okay, let me explain you. Actually, friend, we are trying to assign an integer number in the form of octal. Okay, but, friend, here the octal number is not a valid octal number, because octal number have a value in a range of 0 to 7, and okay, but here we are using 9. 9 is not comes in the range of octal number. Okay, so it's mean that we are assigning an invalid value. Okay, so which is out of the range of the octal number. Okay, so that's why we are getting an error that integer number too large. Okay, friend, if I'm going to assign 7, okay, in that case it is going to work fine. Okay, because now 7 comes in the range of octal number. Okay, okay, see, we are getting a valid value according to it. Okay, so these are the point that I discuss with you. Please note it down. Okay, friends, so, very first point, whenever we are assigning any decimal value to and float or double data type, my compiler is going to treat any decimal value by default double data type. This is the first point. Second point, friend, we can explicitly define a double number by suffixing d after the number. Okay, third point, friend, we cannot represent our decimal number in the form of octal or in the form of hexadecimal. If I am going to represent my decimal number in the form of octal, my compiler is going to simply treat it as a decimal number, not going to treat it as an octal number. Okay, if I am going to represent my hexadecimal decimal point number as a floating point number, in that case my compiler is going to throw an error malformed number. Okay, this is the fourth point. Fifth point, friend, if I am going to assign a integral number in any form, either it in integer, either it in decimal form, octal form, binary form, or hexadecimal form, it is acceptable. Okay, it is acceptable. Okay, if we are going as last point, friend, if we are going to assign a number that is not a valid value, okay, which whose values are not in the valid range. Okay, like in that example we let's see, in that example we are assigning value 0795. Here 9 is, friend, and 9 is not comes in the range of octal number, so that's why we are getting it. So now I hope these points is clear to you all, and now you are able, now you know that which kind of input we can, which kind of value, or in which kind of forms we can assign a value to double data type. Okay, friends, so these are the points that I wish that I would like to clear with you all. Okay, so, friend, let's talk about applications of the double number. So, first point, friend, Mostly compiler friends consider any decimal number as a double number. Okay, as you saw that whenever we are assigning a decimal number to any number, my compiler is simply treating a decimal point number as a floating point, as a double number. Okay, so like C and C plus Java, all compiler treat any real number as a double number. Okay, so friend, also note this point, it is also very important point friends, remember it. Okay, so second point, mathematical function in mostly language like takes argument in double data type. Why? Because double data type takes all possible domain values, okay, for the mathematical functions. Okay, that is the reason. Also friend, it doesn't value in the double data type because friend, the value, it also cover the all range values, okay, that can come. Okay, so that's why the input, the argument type and return type mostly of function in the form of double data type. Okay, the third point friend, double number can represent all real number with more accurate level. Okay, that is the reason friend, that is another application double. Because why it is more accuracy level? Because friend, as we discussed double data, we use the concept of double precision, okay, to represent the values. Okay friend, so let's summarize this topic. If we talk about representation, in the representation, the first bit is used to represent the sign of a number. Okay, and the second next 11 bits are friend used to represent the exponent of a number. Okay friend, and the last 53 bits friend we use to represent the fractional part of a number, that is meant sisa. Okay friends, and the maximum value that we can represent through the double number is 1.7 exponential value 3 not 8, which is a very wide value friend, very large value. Okay, and the minimum value that we can represent is minus 1.7 e the power 308. This is the minimum value friend. Okay, so friend, double data type can represent decimal value up to 15 to 16 digit of precision. Okay, that's why friend we say that double data type represent a value in more accuracy level. Okay, so friend, thank you, and thank you for the watching video friend. And in the next video we are going to discuss about literals. Okay, so keep sharing this video with your all friends. Okay friend, bye bye.